Let's start the video. Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Welcome back to the video. I need to shut up. I want to start off just by showing everybody a couple things that I got recently, and I'll tell you how I got these things, because I've really been budgeting myself and not trying to, you know, spend on makeup. Makeup and accessories. So a lot of these things I got for really good deals or paid zero at all. So without further ado, I have 3 packages that I got, and I had an in-store trip to Ulta. I ordered online from Ulta, Sephora, and from Wet n Wild. I'm just going to show you what I bought. Recently I went in-store at Ulta, and one thing I like to do is I really like to rack up points at places that have like different point systems available. But whenever they have different promotions, like the month of August, it was like times 2 points when it's your birthday month, and 1.5 points when you're this status, or if you use your Ulta credit card, which I have one of those and I just pay it off, you know, back sometimes. These purchases, like one of them in particular, I paid for with points, but it was on a promotion day where the item was like everything this brand 10 times the amount of points. You exchanged the amount of points that you earned for the amount of points that you spent on it, and it was like flat even. Let me get started. So in store recently, I got 3 different things. So first off, I saw this by Skin Gem. This is one of these little motherfuckers here. This is so nice. I don't even care if this works. The fact that like if I sit it down for a few minutes, it's icy cold all over again. It's like all the body heat has left it. But oh my god, like this is not the most relaxing thing ever. I found myself like 2 or 3 nights ago sitting on the couch in the living room like late at night watching some movie on TV. No, I was watching a drama video on YouTube and had my computer plugged into the TV, so I was watching on the big screen. I'm just sitting there deep thought doing this. And I kept thinking in my head, I'm like, it's for lymphatic drain. I don't even care. This is just, there's something really relaxing about this. If you automatically notice a change in this video between my skin in the first few seconds and now, let me know. Make me a believer. Okay, second thing, I got this, this in a separate purchase, but I saw the Peach and Lily came to Ulta, and then they were all of a sudden in store. I got the Glass Skin Refining Serum, and I've been wanting to try this ever since Peach and Lily was posting about this product launching quite a few months ago, and then it was only available on their website. It was constantly selling out, and then they were coming to Ulta. I had this in my cart just waiting for like that 20% off coupon, that 5 times the amount of points, one of those racketeering moments, to really kind of go all out. But it was out of stock, and it's still out of stock on their website. But I was out of town, walked into an Ulta, just cruising around the store, and found a display with this sitting there, and I was just like, yes please. This is $39, but as a serum, I don't know. I'm going to do a little bit of a skincare video in the future about this. I've been using it for about a week, and so far, I like it. I like it. I don't know if I'm seeing a substantial difference because I'm not prone to a lot of breakout issues or things like that, but I do get congestion in my skin, and I haven't seen a substantial change in that department, so we're working on it. Lastly, this just came to Ulta, and I've been letting this sit still on my counter for 2 days just so I can shake it in front of the camera because I'm nuts. This is the iconic London Prep Set and Glow, like the this pretty, like basically I call it a makeup lava lamp because that's really what it is at its core. Ooh, girl, shake it, shake it, shake it. I've made stuff like this by just pouring MAC pigments into Fix Plus. It's the same damn thing, but I don't know, I was excited. I was really excited about it. It's got a really nice mist. Oh yes, soak my face. So that's what I got in store at Ulta. On Wet n Wild, I've never ordered from Wet n Wild on their website. I've picked up a few occasional things when I see them in Walgreens or wherever, and I don't have a huge selection of Wet n Wild stuff. Like, I haven't tried any foundations or shit like that. I have loose highlighter. I have indigestion. I'm going back and forth between like sitting on the edge of the chair versus like just fucking relaxing and sitting in the chair. Okay. I've never ordered from Wet n Wild's website before, so I was like, look it, they take PayPal, why not? Things were ringing up 30% off in your cart automatically, and it was free shipping. So to me, like, when stuff is free shipping and you're already talking about a $4 bronzer, done. I got these two things, these two bronzers. They have 3 new bronzers. I got these 2 shades, You're Dragging Me Down and Bronze Dynasty. Super fast shipping. There wasn't a lot of protection, but really, I don't know. I didn't perceive them breaking anyway. This one, like, upon initially swatching, see that? Like, it's already got some, like, pretty flat pan, but it's still, I don't know, it still works really well. Same thing with this one. So, the one I just showed you, which is Bronze Dynasty, is a lot lighter and a lot more sheenier. Go Allison, sheenier. That one versus You're Dragging Me Down is, like, more deep and more matte. I've been mixing both of them together and I really like them. I have the lighter of the two on today for burst. So I think I only paid like $6.50 for both of these. It was super quick shipping. The only thing I gotta say is, like, this one snaps shut. This one, it's just like, whatever. That's what you get for paying $3 something for a bronzer. I'm gonna include some quick clips of the unboxings of the Ulta and Sephora because it's always like a fucking random wild guess of if something's going to be completely crushed, annihilated, and broken, or actually wrapped well. So these are the LimeCrime Plushies, the Sheer Press Pigment Quads. And I've been eyeing these for a hot minute. They're $22 each. I bought these on, like, where LimeCrime was a brand. It was times 10 points. I paid for these with points. So what I would say is, like, pause this video and look up stock pictures of these compared to what they look like right now. The way that they look in the pan is a lot darker, specifically this one. This one, it's like these 2 shades specifically looked a lot deeper, and this one looked like almost like a white yellow. Long story short of what I'm like trying to spit out and say is the colors that I was like, oh, they're really dark in the pan, they swatched the vibrancy, the saturation vibrancy that I see in the stock photos that made me want this so bad. This was out of stock for a long time, so when this, and on the 10 times LimeCrime, like earlier that morning, I'm like, okay, I need to place that order. I got caught up in doing something during the day, I don't remember what life, and it wasn't until later that night where I was like, oh, let me look, and this was out of stock, and I was like, damn it. And then even later in that evening, it was back in stock randomly, so I was like, that's God telling you that. Order it now. But the thing that catches me off guard is it says Sheer Press Pigment Quad. You can press and you can stamp them on and let them be as vibrant. Now this pink, specifically the dragon fruit, I have a little issue with because I played with these several times when I got them in on primed eyes, but I've swatched them on the skin and the pink stained my skin. Isn't that crazy how intense these are? That orange is beautiful. Like, in the camera it looks a little bit darker, but me looking at it, it's like, ooh. So like I'm taking a what the So I thought I was really gonna like the more like citrus tone better than this one, so I was playing with this one. I actually have this on my eyes today. It looks like I basically have, like, you know, bronzer running through my crease. This reminded me like of a summer Patrick Star Collection palette, to be extremely honest. This is the slam dunker of the whole fucking thing. The chocolate milkshake, I genuinely was just like, it's just another brown in a palette, whatever. I'm more interested in XYZ. The blues aren't really my favorite on the eyes to work with, so really, blueberry blueberry would be my least favorite out of all 8 shades. But when I tell you, I have never touched, oh, and these have some kickback, so FYI. When I tell you I've never touched anything that feels like this, I am dead serious. Like, some of these feel a little dry. The blue one is dry, but this is like the true definition of a pressed pigment feeling. Like, it feels creamy, it feels wet. It's called chocolate milk, and I kid you not, it feels like I just touched chocolate syrup. It is such a weird feeling. It is such a beautiful brown that shears out to, like, I've never purchased anything from LimeCrime because I've always been like, I don't know about LimeCrime. But these just, they got my attention. That's that melon, yeah, melon smoothie shade. Are you ready for this brown? I mean, it's not like crazy intense, but it's just like, damn, that color. The color brown is just, oh, the brown. I don't know why. I've never been like so enamored by a brown eyeshadow. I mean, it's just always, you know, the white girl fantasy of always having some brown, neutral brown in your crease bullshit, but it's just like, that is the color of chocolate milk. You can make it so intense, but it's just such a happy brown. I don't know. I'm super glad I got these. If you'd like a full dedicated video to these, I'm down. If you're down, let's do it together. This was my super exciting one. So this is the Lemonade palette by Dominique Cosmetics. I have the Latte palette. I wanted this right out of the gate, and I didn't get it because it was that, no, you don't need to buy it, don't do that, you know, don't waste the money, like, just wait. Like, it was one of those realistic, like, between like this brand, this new brand, between like melt palettes, there's some things where I'm just like, yes, I'm gonna do it, I'm budgeting for it, can't stop me. I'm using this light like that. You like that? Okay, I'm done. And this was one where I was kind of like shocked for myself. I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna wait. And then, you know, the negativity came out, and she resubmitted palettes out to all of her customers. So there was like a lot of, you know, I'm glad I waited so that way I could just get one good one and go from there. I'm still curious to know like what it's like to stop selling in Ulta and all of a sudden sell in Sephora. But when this came online to Sephora, I was like, it's gonna sell out before I can use my 20% off coupon, which was just days away. And I'm like, should I really wait? Should I spend the extra $8? $8.40. And so I just told myself to wait. It's like, you know, if it's still in stock, then use your coupon, yada, yada, yada. I love using Ebates. They don't have a lot of my favorite in-store options that I used to like really rack up. Like, you used to get 5% or 4% cash back at Petco in store. Oh my god, I was always buying dog food anyway, so I always had a bunch of Ebates cash, and now not so much. So anyway, I had like a good $10, $15 in Ebates money, and they'll give you the option if you want it to come in a big fat check, is what it's called, or you can get it converted into a gift card, like with incentive attached to it. And Sephora's one of those where it was like, oh, an extra 10% added to your gift card, so it ended up being like $15. So I waited for this to be 20% off. I used my Ebates gift card on top of that, and I paid less than 20 bucks for it. So versus paying 42 plus tax, I got a lot better deal. And versus initially when if I were to buy it on the, I was about to say the Latte website, the DC website, Dominique, that's hard to say pretty fast. I stumble over my own last name, and it's letters. Oh, they're both letters. Anyway, instead of saying if she had like $8 or $9 shipping, even if it was $5 shipping, it's still that plus tax because I'm in Texas. These are coming from Texas. It says Texas back here. Take my word for it. But I gotta get my lighting back. I'm gonna hold this the whole time. Yeah. I was excited to save so much money because I have free shipping with Sephora. So, yay me. So I don't want to bend it back yet. It's too soon. So these 4 mattes are fine. Totally fine. Like, I really went ham into these. Like, these. So good. So good. I'm like looking around to see where my camera, where the mirror is reflecting to. These shimmers on a brush, you can build up on your eye beautifully. You can swatch them, but it'll kind of have that like shimmer crumble kind of bullshit. But the one thing I noticed out of this entire palette was these 2 shades, and even a little bit on this one, have some instant hard pan. And like, you can't tell because this is too bright, but I don't know if you can tell on here and here. I've even like, I was scraping with my brush to kind of get that one up from just swatching it once. And I'm pretty crazy, so I know my hands were clean before I touched it. But I don't know. I mean, and that was the thing that kind of made me say, okay, well, whatever. I'll play with it more. The shimmers in the other latte palette are, you can swatch those fuckers all day long. This is definitely a different formula. Oh, by the way, this blueberry fish shade, fuck. Ooh, fuck me up, fam. So I did, like, with all these shimmers, like half color here, and then a color here, all the way across. And they all perform well regardless of like the visual of the hard pan, which, I don't know, quirky thought. There's that thought. I'm super excited to continue to play with this palette, and it sucks that like these both came in on the same day yesterday because I was like, I don't know which one. There you guys go. I hope you enjoy this video, my little mini haul of the shit that I've gotten recently, and my continued conversation, which I'll probably harp on in every video I talk about buying stuff in, of the thought process it took for me to buy those items and not being impulsive and being like, look at the giant Sephora bags! Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe if you're not subscribed, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's pretty much who I am. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye!